Pokémon Quest Blind Boxes Seasons 1, 2 and 3. These are Qman sets 73011, 73012 and 73013. In the year 2020, Chinese construction blocks manufacturer Qman started to release a series of Pokémon blind boxes. A blind box is a cardboard box which contains 1 out of 8 Pokémon. You don't know which Pokémon you will get, so it's the classic loot box system. If you want to have all 8 Pokémon, you can buy a bigger box which contains 8 of those blind boxes, but you can be sure that in each blind box there is another Pokémon. 2 years later, in 2022, Qman continued its series with Season 2 and Season 3. So each of these series contains 8 Pokémon, which makes 24 Pokémon in total. When we have a look at these Pokémon here, they look a bit strange, but this has a reason. These Pokémon here are modeled after the mobile game Pokémon Quest, as the name of the series here indicates. And this mobile game has quite strange graphics. It looks Minecraft-like. The graphics are very blocky, and so it's just ideal to make construction block sets out of it. And yeah, this is how this strange look of those Pokemon came into existence. As far as I know, these are all the classic Pokemon. I don't know if Pokémon Quest contains any other Pokémon than the 151 known Pokémon from the first generation of Pokémon video games. I only have played the first generation at the turn of the millennium, and I didn't recognize any unknown Pokémon here, so these are all old Pokémon. I also have played Pokémon X for the Nintendo 3DS, but I haven't completed that game, and maybe I can remember 2 of those Pokémon, I have no idea. These are all known Pokémon for me, and these are the Pokémon I have no knowledge about. Anything newer than Pokémon Edition Yellow, I would say. Alright. I have no idea how the quality of these bricks is. I have never built a set by Qman before. The bricks are all compatible to bricks by other companies like Lego, Kobe, Mega and so on. But as far as I can see through these bags here, the quality seems to be great, but we will see later. As you can see, I don't have the boxes. I ordered all these bricks here from China, and to reduce shipping costs, they sent it without the boxes. I paid for each of those seasons about $15.5 US. So this is nothing expensive. But I don't know how many bricks these are, to be honest. And I don't think I'm going to count them. That's too much work. Okay, then, well, now let me start with the first model from the first wave, and then we will see what quality we got here. As you can see, all the instructions are stapled to these bags here. I think this was done by the people I bought these sets from. Normally the instructions are just loose in the box. Okay, then I would say it's time to build Pikachu. Maybe I should mention that this set is completely legal. That's always a thing you have to look after when buying such sets from China. But Qman got the Pokémon license to sell those sets in Asia, or at least in several Asian countries, just like Mega sells Pokémon sets in Europe and North America, for example. I think in Japan you can buy Pokemon sets by Nanoblock, but those are these tiny bricks, not like these one with a 8 mm stat pitch. Well, let's have a look at the bricks now. I think they really look good. You can see there's almost non-visible injection point. This is really cool. The bricks really look nice. But I have to say they just feel different than, for example, Lego bricks. The clutch power seems to be alright, but interlocking them feels a bit different. Also have a look at the stats. There we can see that the here are several letters visible. It's not so easy to show this on camera. Let me zoom in. Yeah, now it is visible. Enly. That's short for Enlighten, and that's just another name of this company. Qman was called Enlighten before, I think, or maybe in China they still call themselves Enlighten. I don't know. But they use the same bricks, and so we got these Enly letters here written on the stats. Just like Lego and Kobe do. The instructions, well, that's just this simple piece of paper. There's nothing much to say about, I would say. Let's have a look at the prints. It's cool that these tiles are all printed. At least I think these are prints. Maybe these are stickers. No, I think those are prints, but they feel a bit strange. These prints aren't in high quality, and the print is very thick. I can't measure it, but it feels like maybe 0.5 millimeter or so. It's very strange. But I don't have to put stickers on the bricks for myself, so I'm absolutely fine with this. Okay, I don't think there will be much to talk about during the build. I just will not only build this Pikachu here, I will build the complete wave 1 and then I will come back to you. Okay, I just have to show you this real quick. I'm building Charmander right now and I'm at step 5. Have a look at this brick here. I haven't seen this before. It's a 1x2 brick, but it's only 2 plates high. This is a brick which is like every other brick, 3 plates high. But this is just a tiny one. Huh. I don't think LEGO used these bricks. At least not in this size. I'm assembling the 6th Pokémon now, Magikarp. And here is a thing which is a sign of good quality. Normally. So you can see here, these tiles have prints on them. And they are interlocked to this plate below. This makes it possible to print seamlessly on 2 tiles at once. So these lines here fit perfectly to each other. If we had printed this in 2 processes, we might have a difference of the position of the line. But when printing this in only 1 process, this makes a really nice print. Well, at least it aligns perfectly. The quality itself is okayish. So, I have completed the first wave, which consists of Pikachu, Charmander, Jigglypuff, Eevee, Mew, Magikarp, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. I think those guys are really cool. But there is a bit of a problem with the bricks. The clutch power is perfect, but the colors aren't. I don't know. The colors somehow look washed out. They aren't very intense. It looks a bit as if you have forgotten those guys outside in the desert and they were sitting there for a year or so. It looks strange. And also, the bricks don't have the same shade of the same color. So you can see here this tile and this tile are in different shades of yellow. And this is just an example. The yellow is the most problematic color, but we got these problems with the other guys here too. Also, the instructions were a bit unclear sometimes. Luckily, these are very small builds, and so most of the time you can figure everything out while just having a look at the final picture of the build. Okay, then let's see how the second wave looks like. I'm building Mewtu right now, which is the biggest build so far, because we had 2 bags of bricks for this guy here. And I stumbled across a brick I haven't seen before. Have a look at this 1x2 brick modified here. It has a little foot, which the Lego version of this brick doesn't have. We got 1x1 brick modifieds with this little foot here in Lego sets. But the 1x2 bricks are completely flat down here. There normally isn't such a foot. I'm building the fourth Pokémon in this wave, Clefairy, and once again we got new mold here. I haven't seen this piece before, and once again I don't see any necessity for creating this thing at all. It's just two normal pieces glued together. We don't need this. You can see we place it like this over here. It's nothing you couldn't have done with the already existing pieces. I'm still building the same Pokémon, and here we got another new piece. It's a 2x2 round brick, but it's only 2 plates high, not 3 like a normal brick. Once again, an unnecessary brick. They simply could have used 2x2 round plates. I'm still occupied with Clefairy, and here in the 14th step we got the first missing part. I have expected worse, so I'm lucky that so far there's only one missing part. But here this, what is this? This 2x2 jumper plate, or it's a tile with 2 studs on top of it, but not in the middle. That one is missing. But we got 2 of those 2x2 plates, and I think we only need 1 of them before completing this Pokemon here. So I will simply use one of these plates here. We will have 2 visible studs in the end when normally there shouldn't be any, but it's better to place this thing than none plate at all. I have completed Wave 2, and here we got 2 Pokémon which are bigger than all the other Pokémon so far. Mewtu and Coughing came in 2 bags. All the other Pokémon only had 1 bag. Then let's have a look at the individual Pokémon of Wave 2 now. Mewtu really looks complex. This was a fun build. I think he looks really cool. Then we got little Diglett here, and there once again we had problems with the color. Have a look here. These plates here have another color than these tiles here have another color than the plates. It's all supposed to be in dark bluish gray, but it has different shades. These plates here, those are light bluish gray, so that's fine that it looks differently. But all the darker stuff should look the same, but it doesn't. It's not so easy to see in camera, but in real life there's clearly a difference. Then here we got Psyduck. Once again, big problems with differences in the colors. Yellow seems to be a difficult color. Clefairy. We have spent a lot of time with this guy here before. Yeah, the brick here is a bit dirty. I think there's still some oil from the production or something. And here you can see these 2 stats shouldn't be visible. That's because one of the pieces was missing and I had to use a piece which was left over. Coughing was quite an interesting build. He got all these little clouds around him, and this really looks cool. Poliwag. This was quite a fast build, there was nothing much to do, it's just a big cube. And Voltorb is even more a cube. He looks like a Polish ball. Well, an angry one. Maybe it's a Polish politician. This I was able to assemble this in under a minute, I think. This was really fast. But due to the print, it really looks nice. And the last Pokemon this wave is once again Pikachu. And it looks exactly identical to the Pikachu from the first wave. I am building the 6th Pokemon of the 3rd wave now. It's Slowpoke. And it's the 2nd time that we run into missing parts. You can see here we need those 2 1x1 plates in pink. And there are none left. I got this one left from a earlier Pokemon. It's a lighter shade of pink. On camera it looks a bit like white. This here is white, but actually it's lighter pink. Maybe I'm going to use that one, but then there's still a 2nd one missing. I'll see what I'm going to do. I fear I just have to leave it out. I have completed wave 3. Here we got Venonat, Snorlax. This is actually really a cool build. Gengar, Geodude, Grimer, Slowpoke. You can see here, down here where the tail starts, there's a lighter plate. It should have been the same pink shade as all the other plates, but well, it was missing, so I had to use this one. And also up here, the tip of the tail is shorter by 1 plate than it should be. But nonetheless, this looks quite cool. I think if you don't know, you wouldn't notice it. Magnemite. Also a very interesting build. We used Technic pins here. Those are the only Technic pieces used in the series of Pokémon wannabe brickheads. At least I think so. And well, for some reason, once again we got Pikachu. It's the 3rd one. They are all identical. 1 Pikachu per season. I don't know why. Of course, I know that Pikachu is by far the best well-known Pokemon, but is this really a reason to put it in every of these waves? Well, but I have to say, all these little guys here look amazing. I'm astonished what you can do today with construction blocks. And it was really fun to build all these Pokemon here. There were 3 parts missing. So for this one here we were missing 2 plates and 1 piece for this one here. So we can see the stats up here. And yeah, I feared that we will miss more parts, but nevertheless it sucks not having all parts available. And these are all the parts left over. So you can see here a lot of unused 1x1 tiles. Maybe we can use these tiles here to put up here, and then we won't be able to see the stats any longer. But yeah, I haven't done this so far. I think the designer really has done a great job. It looks so cool. You can instantly recognize which Pokemon is which. This is cool. I don't know how they selected which Pokemon they are going to put into construction block sets. Those are all basic Pokemons. Only here, Mewtu and Gengar. These are the only 2 evolved Pokemons, I think. But they all look great, and 3 missing parts sucks, but nevertheless I had very much fun to build these Pokemon.